Everyone ready? Looks like everyone's ready. Okay, so if you have not actually quoted the STEM, you've already lost 2 marks. We are not looking for generic responses. We are looking for specific. If there is a STEM, you must link it back to the STEM. And if you're using anything from the STEM, your quotation marks apply. I did not expect it, to say the least. I was still trying to find out who nominated me. And apparently quite a few had nominated me. So this goes back months and months. And they said, oh, I received an email just saying Global Teacher Prize. I said, oh, what's this? And I know vaguely about what the award is about and things. And I didn't really give it much attention. We're talking months ago, and it just said, oh, you've been nominated for the Global Teacher Prize. And I said, okay, fine, ignored that email, carried on. And then I started getting more saying, we would love for you to apply. I just put my genuine self into the application. This is what I do. This is what we've done. This is why I feel it's important. And that was literally it. And then months onwards, they asked me to interview. So I didn't know what that was about. The whole thing was so new. But then when I heard that I was nominated for the top 50 in September, I didn't know how to react, to be honest. As I said, this is not something, you don't enter the profession for this kind of award and recognition. But aside from the emotions and the tears and me and Jeffrey just sort of like, oh my God, what just happened? It was just, I think my instant thought and feeling was, oh my God, finally someone recognizes the really hard work I've been doing here. It was just that relief that, oh, finally, now it's making headway on a global scale, which is great. I've said this to lots of people. I never wanted to be a teacher because my high school years were in the Middle East, very different teaching experience in Vaki schools, actually. I think my car accident and the injuries I sustained really changed how I viewed what was important. Well, it was a car accident in the Emirates. We were actually going to give my wedding invitations, and my father passed instantly. I wasn't aware. So I suffered multiple fractures. So I still beep in airports because I've got plates and pins, and I do have a broken screw in my spine, which has caused a permanent cyst. Nothing they can do about it. I've had a rod in my leg, which, so it's been really hard for me, which is why I use flexi time that we have here at the college, because I can't manage a long day like most people can. And I was told I may never walk again. I was told I won't have children. I've got 2 teenagers. My son's in year 13, my daughter's in year 11. And, to be told you'd never walk again, and here I am. I think I had that mindset from a very young age that my dad instilled in us, which I'm raising you to be a fighter and a winner and not to give up. And I think that's what I'm also driving in my career in education. I'm not giving up. I know there are people that may disagree fully with what we do here, but I know it works, and I can tell you it works. I can show you it works. So I think a lot of those challenges I also share with my students. I'm not afraid. I bring my x-rays and scans in. I think they need to see the human side to you, that you also have got difficulties and challenges on a daily basis. And, it's okay. So maybe 15 years ago, I wouldn't have been too comfortable to talk about this, but I've embraced it because it's the disability and the everyday constant battle that I have to live with, that I kind of almost forget about when I'm at work, because I'm in front of these young people who make me laugh every single day. So yes, a very, very sad part of my life that I can never forget, because the pain is very real. But I hope that I can, the wisdom I got from my growing up and my experiences in the Middle East and my childhood in East London can sort of package together and inspire, students beyond. A couple of schools ago, I was asked to teach year sevens. I'm not a science teacher, and I've trained in post 16, so I found that really difficult. And it was actually supporting a member of staff who was unwell. So I had to teach some year 7 lessons. I thought, how do I engage them? Because there was so many different things going on in the classroom all the time. So we did the experiments, we made crystals, we did all kinds of things. And I noticed that they were always just so excited about feeling the things that they've just made, you know. And so, Crystal, can I touch it, Miss? Can I touch that, Crystal? I thought, how can I engage that aspect of what they want to do in the class? I took the Lego into the class for year sevens, and I remember it was teaching them a biology lesson. It was just on cells, I think, the differences between brain cells, plant animal cells, other animal cells. And I got them to I wanted them to learn the keywords and the key processes. So I used Lego then. And that lesson is probably one of my most memorable lessons because I had zero behavior issues. I had zero fidgeting. Every single child in that class was engaged. Every single person learned beyond what they were set to do. So they were asking lots and lots of questions as they were making a building. They all had incredible fun. And now in 2023, we have it embedded in our curriculum. Every single teacher has their curriculum plan, which is designed and delivered around how they can use Lego in certain lessons. We use it a lot. It's happening in my lesson today, shortly. It's really good for fact checking, really good for recall, really good for extending ideas. It's good for scaffolding. So if lessons are maybe too straightforward or boring, dry, or even a little bit too easy, you can raise it by making it more challenging. If lessons are just topics are too difficult, Lego's fantastic to help you to break it down. It was fantastic. I can't describe it. I've been trying to journal it and document it. I just can't. It was overwhelming to say the least. Very, very humbling, very sort of eye-opening in terms of how much education is needed around the world and how privileged we are here in the UK. You know, we complain about things, but when you see what people are really struggling with in other countries, not even having a room to teach in, not even having technology or basic things to teach, teaching on the streets, teaching in tents in Africa. I mean, it really hits home with you. You think, oh my God, I'm so blessed, I'm so privileged, and that's what I said to all of them. So being able to see that on that grand scale was really eye-opening, but also to meet teachers from around the world who are doing just amazing things. To share that platform at UNESCO, I think, was a moment I'm never going to forget. I mean, standing, you know, with all those flags behind me and all the delegates from different countries around the world in front of me is something I stood there and I said, Shafina, you've got to take this in. So it was really humbling to be recognized with all these other fantastic teachers that are just doing groundbreaking work.